Hello everyone, in this video I will be showing the best ways to get food and goods in Heroes of History. So I am currently getting a big boost in both food and resources, and that is due to the layout I have in my base, which is to have long lines of these things. Like you can see, I've got domestic farms, and then like tailors, artisans, all the things that produce the goods that you will need to use to get upgrades, and you will have a shortage at if you do not do this, and you probably will still, to be honest, if you do have this, but it's just a lot faster progression. It will allow you to see catch up and overtake someone else, you know, that you will be gaining a lot faster. So the main way I have this at the moment is not perfect, I will admit. Like I do have buildings that, to be honest, aren't really getting boosted at all, but most of these are like almost at the max. You can see it shows max happiness level for these 5 buildings. Very good. These ones, I don't think they're max happiness, to be honest, but they are very, very close. That's getting like 3/4. This one, it's getting like 95%. Like, you know, there's no point placing another culture site or anything. That's very close. So what you want to have lines, back to back of culture sites. I have worked out the moderate culture sites are the best. I do have some that aren't moderate, but that's just because their culture sites are so expensive. It's not really worth selling it, to be honest. It's not going to make the biggest impact in it. For instance, here, they're all boosting it anyway, pretty much. Like, all it is this one suffering, but they're max happiness anyway. Who cares? This guy, they're suffering. But if I go into my goods, you can see this layout does work, and I have a lot of spare resources from classical Greece and early Rome era, which are the ones that I'm on at the moment. The reason I don't have that many in mine era is because, well, there's no point producing them anymore, and I didn't use this base layout, so it didn't really work that well. Anyway, another way which is very useful, you can actually end up getting goods if you're struggling even more. So I actually don't do these events just purely because I don't really need to. They don't impact my progression that much, because for me the main shortage is research points. But although these give, I'll just click on it right now, although these do give research points, it's not actually that many for your time, and I just feel like it's just easier if I don't play it. Of course, you are going to get slightly more progression if you do play it, but I just think it's kind of negligible, because these are the level rewards. You do get a good amount of food if you're struggling with food to upgrade your heroes, but you're probably gonna get to around level 18 if you try a decent amount, and that will get you about 82k food. Obviously, for my current like era, yours is gonna obviously be different, because if you're higher, you're gonna get more food. Lower, you'll get less food, but it's all relative to where you are. So it'll still be like the same percentage-wise as what you'd probably earn from your domestic farms. So yeah, that's obviously getting a decent amount. These quests will get you portal drops. Another good way to get food is just from the quests. The main game quests are pretty good for food. I have one of them, but I think I must have claimed it. It gave me 180. I think it was research 15 technologies in my era, early Rome. I've now got 20 technology ones. That's just the next one, and it was like 150k. I was like, that's a really good amount of food. So that's also good. Just make sure you claim those. Another thing is domestic farms. Obviously, it's going to vary how many of them you need per era, but I would say good, that kind of general rule is from Stone Age, Bronze Age, Mine Era, Classical Greece. You can probably do with only 2. Classical Greece, you might, like, towards the end, you might want to get 3 if you have the space, but that will vary player to player, just based off of how much food reserves they have saved up, or, like, if, to be honest, they've wasted food in the past and they're progressing further in the other game. But that will make those two maybe 2. Obviously, I can't really tell for further on, but at the moment, 3 is enough for early Rome and Roman Empire. I would imagine around Byzantine Empire, it would be probably beneficial for you to go up to 4, and then past then I imagine maybe 5 at some point. But your main focus should be definitely maximizing the happiness of those, because literally it's going to double production without taking up any extra space pretty much. Like, the culture sites are going to be boosting multiple things, so it's definitely very, very beneficial to do that. And last thing I would say is to obviously upgrade into max, but everyone does that. The last thing was, I don't actually have any at the moment, but you can probably see this is actually an incident, and this one is giving food, which is very good, because these are actually really kind of good that a lot of people like kind of overlook, because you can get up to like 40k food from just one instant, and like a lot of time you'll get like 20k food, and that's really good. Like, and you can do these like multiple times per day, just log on like every couple of hours. You get so many of these. It's really good for just building up your food storages, which especially I'm finding a lot of the heroes are incredibly expensive to upgrade. So let me just show if I've got one of the ones that are ascended. The moment, okay, I think this is the highest one, 36, and my highest is 50. It's still 23k food per upgrade, and for my Achilles, which is my 5-star, I think from like level 48 it was like 97k, and then it went up to like 104k or something for the last level. Food for one upgrade, so it really is vital that you get these, because these are an incredibly good way. And wait, this is finished. Wait, I think this is good. So like this one, for instance, 36,500 food from one instant. That is huge, like really beneficial. So that is why they are so important. You have enough of these builders free to actually be able to do those without disrupting like the production of like anything else, like any goods or any upgrades you have to do. So that is really going to help you. If you can make sure all of your farms are running and you're getting instants, you should be able to get a large amount of food, and hopefully you should get to the stage where at the end of each era, when you have this new resource which you unlock, like for instance these here, you can see I've got 0 out of 2. It shouldn't impact you, and you won't have to wait for your lineup to get strong enough for you to able to beat the campaign stage, which actually drops them. That will obviously increase your progression. You'll be able to get more items. Last thing, this isn't super helpful, but you can see there are customizations that you can do, you know, whenever you get them from Treasure Hunt as well, that give a bit of extra food. So this is 3k a day. To be honest, you saw that one instant, I got 36,000. It's not going to help you that much, but if you are like really wanting to maximize your progression, you should do Treasure Hunt just to try to get like these no valid targets. because that's rural farms. Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot. Rural farms, they're nowhere near as good as domestic farms, just because of like domestic farms, you get like 800 an hour. Actually, I'll go to buildings. It's pretty new. Yeah, and these you get like 600 an hour. And although the thing is with culture sites, where like they are impacted a bit more, rural farms over domestic farms. If you look at the cost, like that's like 800, and in terms of how much coins you're actually spending to get it to that level, you're actually going to end up getting like a higher profit margin for like in terms of coins to food ratio, which is gonna help you a lot if you struggle with coins. Obviously, yeah, the luxurious farm is of course gonna be way better, but you know, no one's getting that unless they're paying a lot in gems. So that is obviously gonna be incredibly useful into maximizing the levels of your heroes and then your battle power, which can just get you further in campaign and should hopefully speed up your progress. There are not any physical rewards from the season pass, so that's not super important, so don't worry if you didn't get that or anything. If you are somehow like struggling even more, there are a couple campaign stages. I believe drop food, but yeah, actually I wouldn't bother with those because it's probably better to spend your stamina on getting items anyway. And yeah, they're really not that good. The video thing does drop food, but you don't really want to watch a video unless you do. I don't know. Same with coins, but that's about it for how to gain the most food in Heroes of History. If there are any radical changes, I will make another video on this that boost the amount of food you will be getting. But that is going to be it for this one. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Bye bye.